Hello. I was watching the debate last night on various social media sites about the Conservative and Unionist candidate that's been forwarded for the Merthyr Tydfil and Rynic seat. And I got to thinking about things that are important to me in my hometown of Merthyr Tydfil. Loads of things that are important to me for very, very personal reasons. And this is the first place I thought of. This is my practice rooms. Been running my practice rooms now for about 7-8 years, and we have seen some fantastic bands come through this studio. Pretty Vicious, probably the most well-known name, but we've had my son's band Upbeat Sneakers as well, plus pretty much any band you've seen at Merthyr Rising will have played here at one point or another. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump in the car and take you a little drive through the streets and stop at a couple of little places that mean a lot to me. So thank you, and thank you for watching. So I'm standing outside Henderson's newsagent. This was the place where I had my first job back when I was about 11 or 12, somewhere around that area, delivering papers for the Henderson family, and I believe Philip is still in charge and runs the business. So this was an important spot for me as my growing up, my first earnings. Alright, let's move on. Quick pit stop number one. This is the Guest Memorial Bowls Club. I know this is an odd one, but my late mother loved being up here, and we scattered her ashes somewhere behind where you can just about see the scoreboard to the left of the video. This was where she wanted to be scattered. I'm going to take you to the place where we scattered part of my father's ashes next, and it's only around the corner, so see you in a second or two. So we're now at Dowless Rugby Club. This is important. Yes, I mentioned my father was scattered here in part, but this is important on more levels than that. This was the first place that my father brought me to watch live rugby for the first time. Back in the 70s, when rugby was a far more brutal game than it is today, especially at lower league levels. And Alex, my son, played here so many times as he was a kid. Plus, we had Tydfil Wildcats here for a little while as well, which was another fantastic part of my life. So we're going to move on now. So we're outside Penydre at the moment. My comprehensive. I would have loved to drive to show you my primary school, but Gelli is not the school it was. They knocked down that old school a long time ago and replaced it with a fantastic modern little school. But this is Penydre, and I had fantastic times there all the way up until the sixth form.
we're standing outside what is now the Red House. I remember it from it being a nightclub called The Zone. I did a little stint downstairs there playing as a DJ. Also, this place became a little bit important further down the line with a lot of live bands, really good, and hopefully that will come back soon. Merthyr Rising on this square, and again, love Merthyr Rising, fantastic event. But also the Yes Cymru March a couple of years ago was on this site, and to see 10,000 people marching through Merthyr Tydfil talking about the fact that Wales could be an independent country, and hearing a couple of students from Neath saying how they'd always wished they'd visited Merthyr to look at all the history that comes from this town, not seeing Merthyr as somewhere to avoid because it's a little bit rough, and they just didn't know about that. That wasn't a factor for them. It was just one of the most historic towns in South Wales.